I hate doing videos like this. It is such beep 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 boop beep boop beep 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 beep. Hey gamers, I just wanted to make a video on League 6, sort of like my plans going over leagues, and then probably just going over a bit of a rant. I'm not really much of a script VTuber, I'm sure you can probably tell. I like to just ramble on about what I'm thinking rather than making anything more intellectually stimulating, I guess, or scripted. If I do miss anything in this video, I want this to be more of like a discussion rather than just me telling you what to do or what I'm planning to do just in general. But if I miss anything, just put a comment down below, let me know. That being said, firstly, for all my non-hardcore RuneScapers, which I know there's quite a lot of you since I mainly do VR chat and Pokemon, let me talk about what Leagues is. Leagues is a temporary Ironman game mode in old school RuneScape. It does require membership, which means you do have to pay monthly to try it out. Anyone who's been thinking about playing RuneScape should definitely give it a go. It's more structured and more limited, which means you don't get overwhelmed by the massive world of RuneScape, and you can sort of play it for a little bit and then stop anytime. It's got faster XP, there's cool things to do that you can't normally do in the main game. It's a really fun time and everyone should give it a go. It's what got me into playing my Ironman in general. The big differences between this and the main game are obviously, as an Ironman, you can't trade or use the Grand Exchange, and you've got to earn everything yourself. It's very fun. I know it sounds a little tedious, but it is really, really a good way of playing the game. The big difference between this league and other leagues is that there's more demon focus. It's based around Yama, one of the demons in RuneScape. A lot of the relics and masteries are going to be something demon relic. I think they're calling demonic pacts. We're not entirely sure what any of this is yet, but when there's new stuff coming out, I'll make sure to try and make videos on it. I want to do quite a few videos on the leagues info that's coming up. There's going to be reveals and some other stuff. I'll do some of my thoughts and what I think is going to be good. I'll probably be wrong, but it'll be like a fun thing to talk about and hopefully make some videos on. I really want to focus this league on really growing my YouTube a little bit more. I've done like a couple videos in the past, mainly just like uploads of leagues, but I really like to maybe focus on like my journey throughout it and make it a little bit more fun and enjoyable for everyone to watch. My main plan going into it is going to probably be streaming quite a lot each day and then spending part of that day then editing up a video of the day's contents. I don't know, like they probably won't have like a proper storyline or anything because it's going to be like, I'm going to be playing a lot and I want to play a lot, so it'll just mainly be like catching up what you missed or any funny moments all in a video uploaded. Hopefully, probably I'll try and do daily. I don't know, I've been out of the YouTube game for quite a while now and I'd like to get more into it, but to do that I have to actually do it, so we'll see how it goes, but I'd like to make a few videos out of it. We'll see. I think, yeah, definitely leading up to it, I'm going to try and do a lot of like my ideas, thoughts, what I'll be doing, and I'll try and make that like a fun and enjoyable process for the community, so like a lot of people can like have a more discussion focus rather than just, you know, this is what you should do. It'll be like, hey, you missed this, you tell me, I'll try and put it in the next one. With that being said, let's get to the map. All right, map time. So this is going to be the most ranty part of this video, which is probably the most of the rest of the video. So I do apologize if I'm just talking about nonsense or if I miss anything. The biggest change with this new league is that Misthalin, the main area of RuneScape, like down here, Lumbridge, Varrock, Draenor, this whole area here is gone. So they're going to lock this off. Yama's apparently like kidnapped everyone. All the important NPCs. We don't know if we're going to have to unlock them or do something crazy, but basically normally we start here. We're not going to start here. All of this stuff all here is going to be locked out. You can't do any of it probably, and I'd like to just go over some of this stuff that we're going to miss out on, and then we'll talk about where we are starting, which is over here, Valamor. Probably my favorite content. Like, I think since coming back to RuneScape, I was playing on and off for leagues over the last couple of years, but coming back and really getting into it on my Ironman, Valamor has quickly become like some of my favorite content, like in the game. It's so good. There's so many cool activities that are in Valamor. If you haven't played since they've put the Valamor updates out, legitimately, some of these are so gas, it'll blow your mind how much like cool content there is in this like area, like where we're going to be starting. I'm very excited. So we'll talk about this. Should we talk about, maybe we'll go over this first. We'll go over this first, and then we'll go over stuff we're missing from Michelin. I'm assuming that we're probably getting at least maybe like a thieving relic or agility relic early on, but like there's no idea what relics we're getting or demonic packs we're going to get to begin with. So I'd like to try and focus on maybe just like some activities that I can think of straight away off the top of my head that would be really cool for starting in Valimor. And then maybe like what I'll do, which is like, I reckon we're probably going to obviously start here. This is like the main city of Argor. What do they got? Civitas Lefortis, which has the Colosseum and sort of like the largest city in Valimor. I assume we start here and not somewhere crazy, but obviously with this you have access to like early thieving methods and one of the best AFK thieving methods in the game. So it's like a really good start for thieving. I think that's where I'll probably start off, like trying to get some levels and some money through thieving before I move on to anything else. You do also have like a really nice allotment farming patch with a herb patch and a flower patch here, which I'll probably use to get some early farming levels. I like farming a lot. I'll probably try and get some here. There's also quest-wise, I haven't really looked into what quests will be available that you can do. Obviously, I think there'll be some completed ones, like Daddy's Home will probably be completed. Obviously, the quest to get here will be completed. There'll probably be some other ones that you can do more quests in Valimor, because I assume they'll let you do basically everything. I don't know how much will be auto-completed, because obviously, like Perilous Moons and the fort, like the Colosseum unlock quests, I don't know. Final Dawn, I don't know how many of these will be auto-completed or that you could auto-complete. Probably have to do them in leagues, I'm sure. It's also like the Ribbit Tail. There's actually quite a few quests in Valimor, and a lot of them really give like some pretty decent XP. So if they're not auto-completed and we can complete them, I reckon that it'll be probably like a pretty good thing to focus on getting to levels to do those quests to get that XP early to then jumpstart you into doing other content. What else have we got? There's a pretty good prayer method with the Blessed Bones, which you can unlock. What else? We've also got like a hard tree patch here, which you unlock after doing this quest. There's like a big agility course. I don't know what we're really doing for early agility. They did say early on we're gonna also unlock Karamja for free. I didn't talk about this. I'm silly. I've completely forgot about this. I didn't talk about this, but this is also an area unlock mode, so you'll be able to unlock other areas. Karamja everyone gets, but then there'll be like Krend, that's not Krend, but that's Eastern, and then, oh my god, ignore that. Normally you'd have to unlock Valimor, like you got Krend and Fremnik, Wilderness, Mauritania, Desert. Also, there's no sailing, I'll say that, but you can unlock more of these areas as you get points. Usually it's 3 areas, I want to say. Yeah, usually it's 3 areas. We'll see. Without Michelin, will it be 2? Will it be 3? 4? Who knows? Everything but 1, maybe. Anyway, everyone will unlock Karamja, which will give us access to the Brimhaven agility course, which I've heard a lot of people complaining about. This will probably be the way to get agility, which is probably true. Like unless they give us like automatically give us like an agility relic, maybe they just give everyone the agility shoes that whenever you walk you gain agility XP. That would be a cool start. Like if everyone just gets that, you don't have to think about agility. I'd love that. But you've got some early stuff here. Mithril clay. I think it's over here. Iron silver. There is an early mine, I'm pretty sure. 1 second. Jumps to cut. Here it is. So there's a couple of mining spots. Here's copper and tin. You've got like iron, silver, gold, I think is over here. And you got like at least adamant here. There's like early mining to go all the way through mining. You've got the Hunters Guild too, and a few different hunters. Even like I think there's low to high level hunting stuff. At least level 11. I think there might be earlier up here somewhere. But there's hunting. You can do hunting, I'm sure, all the way up to 99 very easily with just Valimor. Boss wise, got the Fortress Colosseum. There's Perilous Moons. There's the I always forget the name of this boss. There's the ice boss here. I always forget that one. And then there's Huey. Those would be the main ones. And obviously the Gemstone Crab, a fantastic training method for AFK training. It's not like a boss, but it's like great if you just want to AFK and get your combats up. This is gonna be awesome. I heard some people talking about like, oh, there's no good magic shop, but like if you're not an Ironman, you probably don't know about this magic shop here. This magic shop is how I got all my nature runes on my Ironman. This is like an awesome little nature shop you can go to pretty early on. What else? Oh, and there's the macchiato as well, that the gauntlet boss, delve boss, sorry. That guy's there as well. There's like a lot of content that you can make. You can, if you really want to. I'm sure this will be a task to make some fucking beer here as well. That'll be crazy. I'm sure that'll be a lot of fun. Trees. There's heaps of trees. This is an awesome little area down here for some like maple and yews near a bank. But there's also, oh, my favorite little spot. This is Arbenvale. This is fletching mini game, which Vale Totems is a great source of fletching XP, construction XP, and also wood cutting. There's heaps of wood to here cut. You can cut, I think every type of tree is here. For the main trees, you know, like maple, magic, all that sort of stuff. That's all over here. And basically, this mini game is so easy. You just like craft up a heap of bows or shields. And then like with like 1 log, 4 bows. Doesn't have to be like completed bows. They can be unfinished. You just go between these different Vale Totem sites and you place them there, and then these Ents will walk around and they'll just drop. You'll get a lot of XP from just placing them. Building the totem gives you construction XP, and then placing them there gives you offerings from the Ents when they go and they're like magic up near the thing, and then you get some things. You pick those up and then you can sort them. Gives you like arrow tips, great seeds for trees. There's also a tree spot here, which this one here, this tree patch here. So once you get to like oaks and other higher tree spots, this will be like a lot of good farming XP. I don't know. I would assume they're probably doing the instant farming relic again, but you never know. Maybe they won't, and farming will be the worst skill in the game again. But we'll have to see. Again, sorry, I'm gonna be real ranty. I've been thinking about this today, so I'm just like getting all the verbal diarrhea out of my mouth as I think of stuff. Let's see what else. I don't think there's much here. There's tons of things to like spinning wheels and looms for training crafting. This also gives you a lot of flax, so that might be like a pretty easy way of getting some early crafting before then you go to where is it? Down here, there's a really good gem shop for early crafting as well. And since it's leagues, the shops will constantly refresh, so you don't have to really worry about any competition. You just like make 1 trillion, you know, crafting XP just through that. Once you do a little bit of thieving, you have enough money to buy gems. Crafting is high enough. There's also where are you? There's a charter ship here too, so glassblowing everything is unlocked pretty early on. Can you do it for level 1? Let me look. Just make beer glasses from level 1 to like maybe just straight to cutting sapphires to 20, like glassblow to 20 crafting, and then go here with like a little bit of your early thieving gold, and that'll just be like infinite money because you can cut the gems and then resell the gems to the store and make money, which is crazy. And it goes all the way up to rubies, so you can go from your sapphires to emeralds to rubies. You can keep a few too. There's a bank right down here. You can just like run back and forth and then put them in there, and then when you get some gold, then you can use them for rings and whatever you might need, which is really good. We also have an access to a couple of POHs. I think there's at least one down there. I don't know if there's another one, but there's at least one POH, so yeah, there's another place to do crafting. What else is well? Yeah, there's the brewing mini game. Sure. There's also a really good shop here for weapons, armor. There's the other AFK feeding game, the stealing valuables. A lot of this stuff will also be tasks we'll have to do. Not entirely sure what they'll do for tasks. I don't know. There's no mahogany homes here, is there? There's a state agent. I don't know what they'll do for that. We'll have to just unlock it some other way. Tons of smelting furnaces and anvils around. There's iron bar spawn over here with an anvil right next to it. Crazy. Don't think it'll matter that much, but if you're looking at what's right there. What else? What else? There's a dye shop if you want dyes. Really weird thing there. It's worth doing Hunter specifically, not only because there's Hunter rumors, and Hunter rumors will be locked to your region. So if you get enough Hunter early on, it'll just give you Hunter rumors for here. Hunter rumors give you like logs, they'll give you herbs, they'll give you meats, furs, Quetzal whistle, like tons of really good unlocks through this. This would be good. This might be worth grinding before unlocking other areas specifically, so you don't get locked out of your rumors. I think that could be a really big thing early on, and tons of good fishing spots. I don't know if there's like, what's the anchovy? Yeah, anchovies over here. There's sharks. I don't know if there's any rod-based fishing anywhere, but there you go. There's salmon there. There's like a look. I'll be real. Like Valimor is so good for content. Like there's a fucking flax field here somewhere. There it is, and then like a spinning wheel there. There's a lot of like really good stuff. Oh yeah, this is the farming shop too. So you can like buy your stuff here, start your stuff. What else? What am I looking at? Thieving. Rune crafting is a weird one. I don't know what the solution for rune crafting is. I'm sure they'll probably auto-complete since we won't be able to use. I don't know what they're doing for Guardians of the Rift, or I assume that it'll be auto-unlocked. Rune crafting will be auto-unlocked because we can't do this quest. And normally you would go here for Guardians of the Rift, so I don't know really what they're planning to do with that or how you're going to really level up rune crafting. Rune crafting boots, the agility boots, and then the rune crafting boots. You swap between them. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what they do there. Obviously, if you unlock other areas, there will be rune crafting methods, which would be really good. But depending like what you want to do in the end game, do you want to raid? Do you want to boss? Do you want to do PvP? If you want to do wilderness, that'll be there. Probably won't be super busy. There probably won't be a lot of people using this zone. I've heard this is sometimes pretty good as an option. But overall, like, you know, I'll probably do another video talking about like what zones to pick when they unlock. Talk about some more stuff unlocks, because it'd be really weird because there's heaps of stuff that you would need Mistland for to unlock in other areas. So until we start seeing some of that stuff, it'll be hard to really judge what to choose, honestly. Is there anything I didn't talk about? Oh, there's also mixing mixology somewhere around here. I haven't actually ever done it, so that's the Herblore mini game. I might do it before doing leagues, so I actually have an idea if I want to do that or not. I'll probably also maybe do a video where I go around and just look at all the Valimor stuff too. It'd be kind of cool. There's tons of teleports too. Once you unlock this ice boss, get the necklace. That's a lot of really good teleports. Valimor is like a really good. Oh, I'm sure Fairy Tale Part 1 will be completed. Partially Part 2 completed, so you can use the fairy rings, because we usually do start with the Draymond stuff, and there's quite a good. There's this fairy ring. There's this one which I use like basically every day, and then there's another one. I want to say there is another one. There's one here. Yeah, there's one here as well, which is like the 3 pretty big points over the map. I thought there was another one over here. Maybe I'm crazy. But little known thing, if you do take this one, you can teleport here and run down across the bridge and then down to this spot here. And this is a robot that'll take you straight down here, which is also a Calcots patch here. Where is it? This one. So if you get Calcots later, you've got that Calcot tree. I don't know how to say it. Say it differently on purpose, but also here. So if you want runes early, or you want to unlock Quetzal spots or whatever you're doing, you can take this fairy ring AJP to AIS and then run down here and take this straight to here, and then you've got a magic shop, a bank, you've got a smelting furnace and an anvil here as well. This is a really good spot, you know. great little towns. And yeah, like I said, there's the Quetzal spots too. So once you get that unlocked and you've done some hunter rumors, you'll get stuff to make the Quetzal landing spots, and you can make those too. And then you can just use that Quetzal to fly fucking everywhere. Like, honestly, there's like a spot here, there's a spot near Huey, there's a spot over here, from here, like the main one's here, and then you can take it everywhere else. But then you can also get the whistle from doing this, and then you can use the whistle anywhere to then fly anywhere here. Palamo is just like a really good area. Like, it's surprisingly diverse with content. Yeah, I think that's all the Slayer. I don't have any fucking idea what we're doing for Slayer. I would assume that maybe they auto unlock Slayer for everyone, but I don't know how they would do it. If you're very interested to see. I guess like maybe you just do Slayer at any level and Shalo Village is just unlocked, and you could just use Duradel or something. That might be what they do. Because normally you would have Mistalin, and you'd have at least Crystilius or what's his name down here? The Slaymaster in there in Edgeville dungeon. But we don't have Edgeville because we don't have Mistalin. Which we'll talk about Mistalin real quick before we stop. This video is gonna be so ranty. I was like, how am I gonna do a 10-minute video? And I've just been talking for like 20 minutes. There's been so much in my head. Oh, I guess we could quickly talk about Karamja too. Maybe. Like when you get 44 or Runecrafting, you've got Nature Altar here, which is pretty good. Again, there's a heap of really good quests here, which is really awesome. Shalo Village, which unlocks gem rocks, which is great, like AFK crafting. Some really good fairy rings here. And here you get like a great fishing with Karam ones, which is great AFK fishing as well. I would assume there'll probably be something similar to before, where you have like a auto fishing method, auto woodcutting, or something else. If the fishing one is here again, which just sends the fish to your bank, this was always such a good one for like when I'm editing videos, just doing that. If not, there's Gemstone Crab, more charter ships, gold rocks, Brimhaven Dungeon, which has a lot of Slayer monsters, which is really cool. You've got the Inferno and Fire Cape, which is here. Brimhaven Dungeon again. You know, pretty good XP there if you want extra agility XP. Not much over here. You know, got Mahogany's and Teaks, but like you'll have access to those already in Valamor. The Gem Rocks is a really big one. Access to some of that extra jewelry too for those crazy gems. Slayer Master, some good fishing spots down here. Good furnish to bank. Other than that, though, there's not a lot you really get from Karamja apart from those little things. Very helpful things, right? Like, you know, they're definitely not bad, but really doesn't give you too much extra. It just really fills the agility thing. I guess there's a spirit tree patch here that'll be good for farming, and a fruit tree patch, actually, that's pretty big. Since you don't have any fruit tree patches in Valamor, but you do get fruit tree seeds from Val Totem, so that could be quite good. Mistalin, not having Mistalin's crazy, bro. Yeah, so I think it kind of cuts off here, right? Or is it here? No, so it's this line here. Yeah. This line. So that's no Edgeville, no Varrock, no Draenor, no Lumbridge. No Wizard's Tower. So the big things, like obviously like Rune Mystery, the rune crafting mini game, those are gone. Early rune crafting stuff like air runes, water rune, not air runes. Air runes is fine if you unlock here, but water runes, earth runes, again, sorry if I get anything wrong, I'm just like yapping off the top of my head. This is a big one. The no Fossil Island, maybe, which is really good early game, like easy hunter with birdhouses and some other really good methods. Like Fossil Island is pretty dank. It has like wyverns, herbivore. I think maybe they'll still let us go here. We'll see. You know, seaweed, volcano. Kind of sucks that we won't get because that's like the 3 other hardwood tree patches too, which can be very helpful because it's they give a lot of XP. No Soul Wars, which a lot of people seem happy about. I'm not really a big fan of Soul Wars either, so whoops. So that's exciting to not have to do any Soul Wars this time, because that was boring as fuck. Grand Exchange doesn't matter because we don't get that. No, I mean, like, there's achievement diaries too. Sometimes I like the Varrock chest. That's always pretty good. Some of these shops are also always good very early on, but some of the big stuff is there's no Demon Bane weapons, which is very interesting. I'm sure that they'll probably get them some other way. What else are we really missing out on? I'm trying to think. Let me. No cow boss, chat. No cow boss. That is very. I was kind of excited. Maybe they'll put Brutus somewhere else. Put him in Valamor. That'd be really fun. I mean, you're the Lumberyard, no Yumberlard, but you get one in Valamor anyway. I didn't talk about that earlier, but there's a Lumberyard in Urbanvale. No Gertrude's Cat, chat. We'll be very sad about that. Edgeville Dungeon, which means no Bryophyta, no Orbor, which is kind of good. Like, I've done those bosses quite a lot in League, so it's kind of interesting to like not have either of them in this league. Not that their gear matters that much, but they're fun to do early. Usually a lot of early tasks to do with those. A lot of beginner and easy clue steps are in these areas as well, which you just won't have access to, but that just means you just get the Valamor steps and they'll be pretty easy. And as you unlock other areas, it'll just be locked to those steps. The biggest thing is definitely Fossil Island, some gear stuff. I'm trying to think of any other specific gear that's only here. Also, no Scurious. Scurious is also a very good early boss. There's literally no good early bosses. At least at this early bosses. There's like the ice boss and like a couple other things, but you'll be really powerful too, so it won't matter too much that you miss out on them. What other exclusive stuff? Oh, the other thing before I forget is yeah, I mean, there's no like you don't have the early like agility course, which is okay, whatever. But the Ham Powder, this is usually like a really good way of getting easy clues early on. You won't have access to this. But that being said, I personally used Wealthy Citizens to get easy clues. And I got a lot of easy clues for them. So I don't think you're really going to be missing out that much on easies. Beginners, I can't think of like a great place. I think they did give you a couple, not entirely sure, but Wealthy Citizens were a great source of easy clues, which is awesome. I think that's the main stuff. I really can't think of anything else. The Demon Bane weapons is the other big thing. Not having those is going to kind of suck. And then, yeah, a lot of the early quests you would normally do for skipping a lot of early levels, all gone. it's completely gone. No Bone Crossbow either. That's usually a big thing early on. But you'll have fletching anyway, so you'll be able to make your own bows, whatever. I think that's most of it, at least. No Dragonfire Shield, that's a big one. I'm sure you'll probably be able to get it a different way. Seems pretty integral, because there's like there's like blue dragons like in this dungeon. There's like blue dragons and shit. So I think that's most of it. Again, sorry this video is going to be very ranty. Just been thinking about this for days and I wanted to do this video. I've just been trying to think about like what I want to talk about and go over it again. More of discussion. If there's anything you think I've missed or other good ideas you've come up with, let me know. Put them in a comment down below. I'll be doing a few more of these videos. Maybe like a video talk about different areas, what I think could be good. Talk about unlocks. I also maybe do something with I did like I looked at this at chunks and was looking at other things we can do here or things you can unlock there. Might go over that. We'll see. If this is interesting, I'll probably make a video on it. Anyway, bye. Big thank you to all my patrons this month. If you want early access to videos or your name in the video, make sure to subscribe to my Patreon. It helps support the streams and provide me with booth outfits.